Hello guys, I'm back. Another week, another alpha male. You know, sometimes I really ask myself, why am I even doing this? When I opened this YouTube channel a few months ago, I really thought that it would keep me busy and consequently leave me less time for other not so praiseworthy activities. But lo and behold, when I started digging through these alpha male rabbit holes and started thinking about the level of stupidity human beings can reach, those other not so praiseworthy activities got worse, much worse. And no Heineken, you're not helping with this 0-0 beer trend. Paying for non-alcoholic beer is like paying prostitute to kiss and cuddle. Forget it. But anyway, if you have access to social media and follow any motivational profiles, you have very likely come across this guy. Bruh. And if you somehow didn't, consider yourself lucky. I envy you, seriously. But because Matos is bored again, he is about to ruin your day. Allow me to introduce you to a very low life form that goes by the name Wes Watson. Right now, this troglodyte is quite popular because of two reasons. Reason number one, he is bold, tattooed, dangerous and hyper-masculine alpha male on steroids whose entire identity is based around the fact that he has spent around a decade or so behind bars. Now, how do you know that this guy was in prison? He will tell you. Bruh. Like 5 times in every piece of content that he posts.
I actually went to prison.
He's also a frequent guest on those cancerous red pill podcasts where he and similarly frustrated men, usually in their 40s, spend 3 hours babbling about how much money they make and how women should be treated, thus confirming their lack of education and low IQ. And reason number 2 is the incident that happened a few weeks ago on Fresh and Fit podcast, aka the king of cringe alpha male podcast that I mentioned a few seconds ago. For those who haven't heard about this unlucky event or just don't know who Wes Watson is in the first place, I will give you a quick background, a quick introduction to the lore. Like I said a few weeks ago, I don't know exactly when, Fresh and Fit had this live event podcast where they brought around 10 guests on stage, including Wes Watson, and they were talking about some cookie cutter alpha male manosphere stuff, like how to become rich and successful, how to slay more pussy, etc. And it all went nice and smoothly until they came to the big question, which was, what is success? Or what defines success? To which Wes Watson gave this Andrew Tate style of answer, which is being tough, roided out alpha male and driving fast cars. Just a few moments later, some other guy, another podcast guest, gave his own answer, his own definition of success, which was hands down a much more mature answer. But little did he know that his answer detonated a nuke inside Mr. Watson's head. In a split second, his ego and identity shattered like a glass when you throw it at the wall, which resulted in poor old Wes having a mental breakdown right there on the stage.
Would you guys say this motherfucker's proud of who the fuck he is? That's a bag of trash, dude. Pull your fucking shirt off and tell me you're fucking proud of yourself.
Again, if you want to watch the whole video, I will put a link in the description. But to sum it up real quick, Wes literally went into this furious caveman mode, while other guy, clearly an intellectual, flamed him with a few single sentences. It was like watching Magnus Carlsen playing chess against 10-year-old Cro-Magnon. Everybody was laughing at that point because Wes's responses were literally, my car faster than your car, me better man. My muscles big, your muscles not big, so me right, you wrong. And of course all that combined with extremely childish insults based on the other guy's appearance. It was like listening to a 12-year-old kid on Xbox Live 15 years ago. Hilarious and also sad, because here we are dealing with man in his 40s. But now let's get to the reason I'm making this video. About a week ago, or by the time I post this, probably 2 weeks ago, this epitome of cringe and insecurity posted a quote-unquote apology video. Because obviously the backlash after that unlucky incident was huge, to say the least. His views on YouTube crashed, the comments on his Instagram page and every other platform for that matter were so brutal that he made his account private for a few weeks. Very alpha move, I must say. But back to the video. If you think that somebody like Wes Watson couldn't actually make an apology video because his ego is obviously too fragile, you're absolutely right, my friend. The moment I saw his video was titled My Apology, my first thought was something strange is going on here, because let's be honest, you couldn't waterboard an actual apology out of this guy. That's how convinced he is of his own alpha male ideology. And I was goddamn right. What we are about to watch in a few moments is part 2 of his mental breakdown, titled as an apology. And I know you're probably thinking, wait, this idiot can't fall any lower, right? Wrong. And if you don't believe me, you will, very soon.
Oh my God, do you guys realize when you come to my page to comment, I own you. When you come to my page and take your time, I'm running you. I own the real estate in your mind. It's sad.
Right off the bat, this is the only thing from this video that I absolutely agree with. Clicking on his videos and dropping hate comments, even though that they are 100% justified, is still engagement, and it helps him because the algorithm is pushing his videos or Instagram reels forward, so he's getting even more attention that way.
But I get it. All you guys are the skinny 10-inch arm having titty little fucks like that stupid fuck on stage. None of you guys will ever get me to apologize. What would I apologize for?
I don't know, maybe for insulting a man who gave his 100% valid argument and behaving like a fragile 10-year-old.
Being on your guys' side? Censoring a bunch of beta bitches? You guys are trying to censor a real motherfucker. It ain't gonna happen. You want all men to walk around with tits like that, bags of trash like that, pussies like that. You fucking idiots. You guys are part of the problem. Bunch of liberal fucks.
I mean, just look. He's getting so angry again that it's hilarious. You know how I always said that these gurus like Andrew Tate were actually acting 90% of the time and were putting on this fake persona to get attention, and that they're actually not as dumb as you think they are. Well, this is not the case here. This guy is actually melting down in front of his camera. I almost couldn't believe it the first time I watched this.
Straight up, ain't no real motherfucker doesn't want to be a swole-ass man walking around all jacked. But guess what? The people I talk to, those are the 1% or less.
I mean, there is probably a pretty good reason that he only talks to 1% of people or less, because 99% of people are not willing to listen to his bullshit 24/7. Have you ever considered this one, Wes?
And the worst part about this is, those comments are all bots. There's very few real people.
Nope, Wes, they're not bots, I guarantee you. But do you know which ones are the actual bots? The ones on your Instagram page commenting fire emojis on your posts. Like, do you see the difference?
And the few people that tried to call me out, don't those dudes have tits too? Why doesn't anyone ever pull up? I go to Elevation Gym at 5 a.m. on weekdays and 8 a.m. on weekends. Just pull up. Just fucking do it and quit talking in the comments.
Well, there are actually two reasons for that. First one is because nobody is going to throw hundreds of dollars or euros, depends where they live, for the fucking plane tickets and waste probably 1 week to get to his place and then get back home. And reason number two, you can't have normal dialogue with someone like him. He doesn't listen to counter arguments and he keeps yelling how he will beat the shit out of everybody who doesn't have the same pathetic way of thinking as him.
I don't go in no comments and talk shit. I don't even go to anyone's page and say I'm gonna fucking do all this shit. But that's the whole point. I ain't a fucking bitch who just goes in comments and DMs and talks.
You gotta love how he's totally missing the point here. Nobody is saying that they will do some shit to him. They are calling him out because of his behavior on stage a few weeks ago. So even if he goes around the world and beats up each and every one of his haters, which I wouldn't recommend because he would go back to showering with the boys for another 10 years, he is still not proving a point. And all he's doing here is trying to divert attention away from the actual problem and not taking responsibility for his own actions. Hashtag alpha male.
The fake ass bitches you grew up with and the pussies around you that don't elevate to your level, still got tits, still broke, still living a fucking stupid ass life, they're just gonna hate on you. But it's all good, cause guess what? My houses just get bigger, my cars just get better.
If it's all good, then why are you posting such videos and having mental breakdowns in public when somebody gives his opinion that is different from yours? Why are you blocking comments on your Instagram? I really wonder. Look, I could go on with this, but I won't, because his video goes on for like another 6 minutes and it's mostly just yelling and cursing and him getting angrier by the second. Like, I swear I thought that he will start smashing things around him at some point.
I would never apologize to some titty-having fucks!
Yes guys, roid rage is a real thing. But anyway, I'll end this video here. Liking and commenting would help me a lot, and see you next time.